Hey guys, Adam here. It is a shop Saturday. Hey, I'm way over here. I hope you can still hear me. Been a little under the weather this week. I had the crud, whatever was going on, but I'm feeling a little better now. So naturally, I'm drinking beer and getting ready for a 5 a.m. kayak fishing trip. Nothing major, just a local trip. I want to get my kayak loaded up, and in order to do that, I got to move some stuff around the shop. Nothing major, just a little bit of housekeeping. So I thought I might make a quick video. And Jerry's Pipe. If you haven't sent me your mailing information, mailing address, please do so. If you have, disregard that message. I have a tin of premium tobacco that needs to head your way. Oh. Yeah, so getting things ready. I've got, these kayaks. They look huge. They're really not. They're 10.5 feet long, each one of them. And they're not too bad to move, but I've got to, just slinging this camera around like I'm the boss or something. I've got to get those things, get my paddle, get my life jacket, my PFD, which it's right over here, and get it ready, because tomorrow morning my goal is to be at the put-in. My goal is to be in the water before the sun rises, dawn, because I think we'll get a decent bite tomorrow. We're gonna go fishing. I'm not a very good fisherman, I confess. I'm just not a very good fisherman, but I do enjoy it. It's kind of a zen thing, if that makes any sense. So I finished putting up all the roofing tin. As you guys know, I've got some roofing tin down, there we go, down here. That's sort of my decorative / functional wall covering. And I put up a whiteboard. So I wanted to buy a whole, did I show you guys that? My daughter provides the artwork. So, there we go. I wanted to buy a whole 8-foot sheet of the whiteboard material, but my local Home Depot does not carry it. I haven't checked with Lowe's, but I did get a 2x4 piece for $10, close enough. I'm going to try to make a couple of more whiteboards. I just wish I had more wall space to put them. But anyway, that's kind of the long and the short of it. Not much of a video. Okay, so decided to speed this stuff up and make it a little more interesting. This is the typical kayak load up. Just throw it in the back of my pickup, and it didn't weigh a whole lot, but it's a one-man lift, I guess. Got my paddle that breaks up into 2 pieces. Got my pipe, got my shades, got my Leatherman, got my shoes. I usually wear a pair of junk sneakers, and I've got my GoPro camera mount. Here I am outside, and just strapping the old yak down. It doesn't take too long to get ready once you get a little experience, and throw your stuff in the truck. That's about it. Alright, so guys, I'm all loaded up. I've got my yak in the back. I just tie it down with one strap. I'm only going about 7 miles south of where I'm at now, so I'm carrying this cob. I don't know if I'm going to smoke it or not. I had kind of a sore throat thing going on, but I'm loaded up. Got my fishing gear, got my safety gear, and got my pipe. So we'll see y'all on the flip. It was so dark out here. I was really surprised. This was at 6 a.m. It's probably more like 6:20. We scarfed down a quick biscuit and put our yaks in. I usually go fishing with a buddy of mine. We don't generally like to go alone, but as you can see, the sun comes up pretty fast. It gets really light out here. So you sort of see me paddling around, and to be honest, I kind of jumped around because I was changing lures a lot. I started out with a hollow body frog. I thought I might get a little topwater action this early in the morning, but I'm not, this is the first time I fished this spot, so I wasn't really sure what worked. And as it turns out, nothing I was using worked. I threw everything, top water. I threw stuff that went along the bottom, and I just couldn't get any action. I think here you can kind of see those rocks off in the distance, and I thought, well, surely to goodness I'm gonna hit something here. I'm gonna cast over at that rocky bank, and there'll be a bass just waiting to eat breakfast. But I didn't really get anything. About the highlight of this morning was seeing all the fish splash, which I believe were probably carp. And boy, do I hate carp. But there went one right there. The other highlight was getting to see a beaver up and close. Yeah, I know, laugh if you want to, but there's a lot of beaver in this area. As a matter of fact, they introduced alligators into this part of the country just specifically to control the beaver population. That plan wound up backfiring, but that's a story for another day. So, yeah, in essence, I just sort of paddle around this little river, this little creek. The creek actually dumps into a little bay, and which in turn dumps into the river. And we were just looking for largemouth bass. During this particular stretch of the morning, we didn't really catch anything, but it was an enjoyable trip nonetheless. It was my first time going out in the kayak at dawn, and I can promise you this, I think that's probably about the best time to go fishing. Normally we're kind of casual. We may show up at 8 or 9 o'clock, and that's an early morning, but I think from here on out we're going to be early birds. You really get the stillness. You can kind of tell there was a little breeze, but otherwise the water was smooth as glass, and overall it was a really enjoyable experience. There's my buddy there fishing off the bank. As a matter of fact, we're about to take a break from the kayaks and fish off the bank, in which I actually caught 2 white bass in about 15 minutes of each other. So that's just kind of the way it goes sometimes. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna ride on.